Funky Fitness Now, episode 17, Funky Fitness Coaches.
If we could just get Barney to acknowledge the fact that he has a weight problem.
I think he's doing the paleo diet too, which is not working for him.
Probably is doing the paleo diet.
Welcome to Funky Fitness Now, where every week we take a look at some of the creative, unusual, and crazy things people do to get fit. We have a lot of fun, and occasionally we even learn something. So fasten your weight belt. It's time for Funky Fitness Now. Here are your hosts, Steve Stearns and Jessica Bailey.
Hi, this is Steve Stearns from Outside Health and Fitness, and welcome to Funky Fitness Now, episode number 17. And tonight we're talking about funky fitness coaches. You know, those guys that make you do those amazing things, and they just stand by on the sideline with a whistle. And speaking of standing by on the sideline with a whistle, from Sassy Girl Fitness NYC, Jessica Bailey.
Hi. Oh, my God. If I only had my whistle.
Yes.
First of all, right now, I have to wear a loop around my neck that's got a stopwatch on it because of my wrist problems.
Oh.
And then if I had a whistle that's like too many necklaces on, I don't know if I could keep track of them all.
Yeah, you'd be like blowing into your stopwatch and clicking your whistle or something. It would be crazy.
Yeah. Oh, the pictures that would end up on Instagram are not good.
No. That's pretty much all a coach does, right? Just stand on the sideline and with the whistle and the clipboard.
Well,
there's not much more to it, is there?
To us, that's what they do. But I think to the athletes that they're training, I think there's a little bit more to it than that.
That's true. They do a lot more than that.
Yeah, they're kind of funky.
They are funky. They're funky fitness coaches.
Well, you can't speak of funky fitness coaches without thinking of the funkiest one of all, Richard Simmons.
It's exactly who popped into my mind when you said that.
I know. He just had a birthday, by the way. It was July 12th.
Really?
That was his birthday. Yeah, so he's 67 years old. That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
That really is, actually. I would not have guessed that he was 67. I would have said maybe early 50s.
Yeah. See? That's what working out does to you. Keeps you young.
That's right.
Keeps you young at heart.
And he's got the big afro. Does he still have the afro?
He does still have the afro. I believe he is, he's 67, so he's losing his hair a little bit, and it's not as wild. The afro is not as wild as it used to be. Like in the 1980s, it was a pretty wild afro.
I mean, how many 67-year-olds have an afro, though?
Right.
You know?
Well, he's doing my favorite thing, to each his own.
That's true. That's right.
Yeah. He promotes weight loss products. And remember Sweating to the Oldies? Did you ever do it?
No.
No, either did I. I just know of him. I know of him because he was a permanent fixture on The Late Show with David Letterman. You always saw him on The Late Show, and you always saw him in flamboyant and energetic clothing.
He was very energetic.
Yes.
All the time.
Remember, the knee-high socks, and he would have,
That's right.
tennis shoes on and, sparkly short shorts. It was pretty awesome.
The thing that got me about Richard Simmons was he always wore a tank top, and yet he really wasn't that defined in the upper body area. You know what I mean?
I know. Well, I think that's what made him relatable. Because
True.
you're like, okay, he looks like me.
Yeah.
I can do it. Because he did. He catered to, he still does. He caters to the overweight community. And, he wants you to be inspired by him, not scared of him. If you see
True.
Most other fitness pros, they're all ripped to shreds, and you're like, well, dear God, I can't do that.
Yeah. That's not going to happen. But he seemed like he's got a very nice personality too. He always seemed to be a very positive person,
Yeah. And isn't his thing I love you? Doesn't he say that all the time? I love you. You're my favorite.
You're thinking of Barney. I'm pretty sure you're thinking of Barney.
I think Barney does say I love you too.
Barney has a weight problem. Let's just say it,
Yeah, Barney
a lot of people
does have a weight problem.
A lot of people have been avoiding this. I think we should just come out and say it.
I think, if we could just get Barney to acknowledge the fact that he has a weight problem.
I think he's doing the paleo diet too, which is not working
he
for him.
probably is doing the paleo diet. Which let's get back to Richard Simmons.
Okay.
So he started his weight loss career by opening a gym in Beverly Hills called Slimmins.
Slimmins.
Slimmins, yep. And he opened that before he became the personality that he is now. And so, he continues to promote health and wellness.
So is he still doing the fitness thing?
Yeah, he is doing the fitness thing, but recently, within the past year, he like stepped out of the media spotlight because he had like serious knee issues and knee complications.
Deal a meal. That was one of his things.
Oh yeah, deal a meal. Oh, that was from the 1980s.
It's like a deck of cards that tells you what to eat, right?
Right, and I think like you had a certain amount of cards in your wallet. And let's say you carry a wallet, and every time you ate, you had to like remove a card from your wallet.
Did you give it to the guy at the restaurant?
That would be weird. I think that you just keep it for yourself.
Oh.
Wonder if you gave it to the guy at the restaurant, he'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yes, I believe this will cover it. My deal in meal card.
Oh my God. My husband tries to always pay with dinner with a Metro card. That is we live in New York City, so it's public transportation, and you have to use a Metro card if you want to take the bus or the subway, and he always tries to like get away with it.
I think that works. I like it.
I do too, but I think that they want cash.
Yes.
I don't think that they want your stupid Metro card.
They don't want subway tokens or anything.
Right. So who do you have?
I have Jack LaLanne. Do you remember Jack LaLanne?
Oh my God. How could I not know Jack LaLanne? That's a good one.
He's the godfather of fitness is what they call him.
The godfather of fitness, yes.
This is the day of my daughter's wedding. You know, that kind of stuff. That was terrible. Did you hear that?
That was, okay.
Who was that? That's some guy that came up behind me. It wasn't me. Yeah.
You know, wasn't you.
The thing that I found out about Jack LaLanne that for me was the most fascinating was that he was born on September 26, 1914. And I was born on September 26, 1962. So,
oh, my God. Destiny.
Dude, it's darn close to 50 years apart, the two of us.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
Isn't that something? I had no idea. We were born on the same day. But, you know, he unfortunately has passed away at this point. He died in 2011, but he was 96 when he died. And
pretty amazing.
Yeah. And he really is kind of a legend. I mean, he did so many things. It's amazing. And even when you see pictures of him at 96, he looked incredible.
Yeah.
All the entire way. I guess his big story is that up to the age of 15, he was like a junk food junkie. That's what he called himself. And he went to some sort of a lecture on nutrition and turned his entire life around.
Wow.
He only ate 2 meals a day. He ate breakfast and dinner. That was it. He didn't eat any meat. He ate as much raw food as he possibly could. No processed stuff. No sugar. He took over 50 vitamins a day. Huge believer in supplementation.
Apparently so.
I thought it was really amazing, some of the stuff. In fact, they even said on the day that he died, and he died of complications from pneumonia, the day that he died, he got up at 4 and did his exercise.
Wow, commitment. You know what I gotta say, though? When fitness is just a part of your life, there is no, like, giving it up. It's just who you are.
Yeah, that's right.
It was one thing, like, when I got injured, there were a couple people in my life that were telling me just to, like, not do anything. And I kept thinking, are you crazy in the head? I'm an active person. Tell an active person that they can't be active. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Working out is just who I am. It's just a part of me. I want to do it.
Yeah.
It's not like a chore.
Right. You feel better when you do it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, he did some amazing stuff. I went back. I couldn't even list all of the stuff that he did. I'll have a link in the show notes, but just listen. These are a few of them that I picked out from this long list of stuff. But in 1954, when he was 40 years old, he swam the entire length of the Golden Gate Bridge underwater with a 140-pound air tank and other equipment strapped on his body. And it was a world record.
Wow.
Crazy. And it gets it gets even better. In 1955, when he was 41, he swam from Alcatraz to Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco while handcuffed. And if that wasn't impressive enough, in 1974, at the age of 60, he did it again. But this time he was shackled. So he wasn't just handcuffed, he was shackled, and he was towing a 1,000-pound boat. Can you believe that? And he was 60. Have you ever tried to swim and pull a boat?
I gotta say no. I am really not a strong swimmer.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at it.
I'm not a great swimmer, and I actually don't swim that much, but I have had occasion to, believe it or not, swim and pull a boat because, like, we run.
Why?
Well, because we run out of gas. You know, my boat is a little boat, and it is really hard to do. I cannot imagine doing a 1,000-pound boat.
Right.
like in the ocean from Alcatraz to San Francisco while shackled. Hello.
That's really, really impressive.
Yeah.
Question. When you run out of gas, don't you know that you're about to run out of gas before you start?
No.
What? There's no gauge?
My gauge doesn't work.
Oh, that would be a problem.
Those are a couple of pretty amazing, funky fitness coach guys. Wouldn't you think?
Coach guys.
Coach
yes. I think they're great coach guys.
Is that the title of this, Coach Guys?
Yeah, I think so.
So if you want to find out more about Jack LaLanne or Richard Simmons or towing boats or something like that, you can stop by funkyfitnessnow.com/17, and we will have links to everything that we talked about in the show. I also found this document called Train Like a Champion, and it's got training tips from 20 world-class boxers and their coaches that achieve some amazing results. And there's some pretty interesting training techniques in there. So we'll have a link to that in the show notes too if you want to check that out. And while you're there, make sure that you get your free copy of our ebook, 25 Funky Ways to Live Longer, because we want you to be here. We want fans that live past 100 years old, right?
And the book is awesome because we wrote it. So we picked some like pretty fun, interesting things besides, drinking water and eating right. We picked some interesting stuff to write about.
The stuff that we have in there, too, a lot of that stuff came from people that lived over 100, so they have good credibility.
Right? We don't do anything that doesn't have good credibility, so...
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Didn't you know? This is news to you?
It's news to me. Hey, so what are we doing next week that has great credibility?
So we're doing funky fitness classes. I've taken some weird classes too, and I want to talk about them.
All right, that sounds good. I'll talk to you then.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you haven't already, make sure you visit funkyfitnessnow.com for more of the weird, wild, and kooky things people do to stay fit. While you're there, be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter so you never miss an episode. See you next week.